Hey, welcome to another GameItAll.com podcast. My name is Lucas Grimm.
Hey, what up, Pino25?
Adelaris.
Remnant.
GameZilla.
Our newbie, our resident newbie now.
The fresh meat, yes.
Yeah. So, actually, because...
welcome to the prison show.
The fresh meat. Yes.
Yeah, we are in a welcome to the GameItAll prison. The fresh meat just walked in. Go get a slice.
Hey, man.
Oh, dear
I can
God.
say I'm one hell of a catch.
Oh, dear God. We're already off to a good start on this new, the new format of the podcast.
This is what happens when they let me recruit people.
Yep. That's true. That's what happens. So tonight's episode is sponsored by Hostgator and Green Man Gaming. More on those guys later on. You can also check out our links below if you want to jump ahead. And yeah, so let's talk about porn.
Everyone loves titties and hoes and bimbos and people doing the nasty.
I like the porn.
I prefer to think of them as just sophisticated people just filming their enjoyment.
Sure. Well, yeah, exactly. You know who doesn't like the porn? ESL. So, this has actually was broadcast earlier today, or mentioned earlier today, that Team YP, which is YouPorn's esports team, is banned from the ESL, the Electronic Sports League, over the ties to the obvious pornographic website. So,
and there's actually controversy for the fact that they have support not so much for their source material, but the fact that ESL has other teams that are arguably on par or worse than a porn site in terms of content.
yeah, so you have people that are like selling Steam keys that possibly not from a legit place, various other places like that, all have their own teams, and YouPorn cannot have their team because people having sex. Sure.
Yeah, but people get offended by titties.
Yeah, it basically boils down to the whole westernization, that the whole think of the children thing, and people just can't seem to grow up and just accept that that's the adult world.
Well, you look at film, guns and violence is all okay, but once you have titties in there, oh snap!
Yeah, it's literally a sports league where half of their games are designed for you to run around in teams and kill the other person.
and teabag whoever you kill, and then oh my god, there's titties.
Unless you're a female character, in which case they're on display anyway.
You're all good.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's actually an update to this whole story as well, because they took to Twitter and mentioned that they were disappointed by the ESL's decision to ban our esports team, who will continue to strive towards professionalism and transparency. And the ESL came back with advertising porno is not legal in the markets we operate. And the vast majority of partners we're working with have strict no drugs, no alcohol, no pornography rules that are contractively taken on board.
Well, I guess they can't play League of Legends anymore. Gragas drinks.
Guys, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Half their female character is barely armored.
No, but they're talking about the partners. They're not talking about the teams themselves. They're talking about the actual people.
Yeah,
so,
the companies, yeah.
Yeah, so the company's backing up. So, like, in this case here, Budweiser can't have an esports team.
You think they would?
You would think I would hear some sort of alcohol-related esports team.
Because they have actual sports team sponsors, and ironically enough, they got one in NASCAR, which is racing, which is really weird for a drinking company to be sponsoring.
Yeah, drink and drive. What's that?
Yeah, but NASCAR, that's classic.
It's a classic redneck thing. So
Yeah,
yeah,
like you go to the races, you got to get your beer. If you don't have your beer, you're not doing it right.
To be fair, though, I would say in like defense of teams or at least companies trying to sponsor a team, if they're going to be so adamant about their rules, then they really need to start cracking down on like the literal hundreds of players that seek out medication in order to enhance themselves, like Adderall and.
Yeah.
Wasn't that already a thing though? I seem to remember that.
It's been a thing for a long time, and it still is.
Okay,
Yeah,
so it's still.
Yeah, and like as much as like people think, oh, it's a sport that anybody can get to. It's if you look at all the teams, there's nobody there past their mid-20s because.
No, after your
yeah.
mid-20s, your reaction time starts going down.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just scientifically proven.
Yeah, exactly. And people who have been growing up with it are getting more and more dependent on these drugs in order to stay in the game because of their namesake. And like, they really need to, in my opinion, maybe just split the divisions in age.
Well, yeah.
Because it would be nice to see older players. So you got like a 30 to 40 bracket, 40 to 50 bracket. Anyways, I'm off topic, but I just thought of that, and I thought it was a really cool idea.
I don't know. It's interesting, though, because, I mean, they sponsor sports energy drinks like Red Bull all the time, and those can be just as detrimental to your health as alcohol or drugs.
Yeah, and they got sued a year or two ago for false advertising, so...
Yeah, I mean, no one's died from a porn overdose.
False.
That we know of.
That we know.
No, the old guy from Clerks. Yep. Kevin Smith killed an old guy in a bathroom, wanking himself to death.
Hang on.
Well, he's not wrong. Okay.
Well,
Logan's Googling.
Help me.
6 times straight.
Make sure your safe search is on.
Ooh, man.
Basically, I just linked them to an article where a guy masturbated 56 times in a row and died of a heart attack because of it.
See, so this is not... This is, like, as far as I see it, this is not the porn's fault. This guy had no self-control.
I
It was
think
just a video.
what
He did to
probably,
himself was his own doing.
No, man, he probably played too many graphic video games. That was the cause of it.
It's all those Japanese dating simulators.
Okay, I adore the picture of the guy all like, whoa.
How?
He's like, whoa,
No,
that's some good shit.
I just want to know how. 56 times in a row.
He's got some mad skills.
I mean,
It's a mad Viagra.
Really?
There's no there's no way the body can do that naturally, short of like some medical problem that obviously existed there.
you learn something every day, but this is something that I kind of want to not learn, but
What do you
it's
want?
still
like,
fascinating.
Well, at least
How?
Look at the friends you have. You're going to learn these things, man. We're going to.
I know that. I'm friends with Sly. I mean, it's pretty give and go there.
It is pretty hard to top Sly in this situation.
Yeah.
Did you want a PSA ad of saying don't wank too much or you might die?
Limit yourself at least 7 times a day for your health and your family's satisfaction. That's the wrong word.
At least he died as he lived. At least he died as he lived.
He died hardcore.
Alone and without a napkin?
Really? It would look like he would have been murdered by a ghost.
He ran out of lube.
The ghost self-destructed.
The chafing. Oh no.
The article says...
History Channel, there's ectoplasm everywhere.
If you read the article, it says that they found him with it detached from his body.
Oh, that's wrong.
What? Okay, and that just killed all jokes right there.
All right, let's move
Way
on.
to go. Okay, let's move on because,
Yeah, that's disturbed. Let's continue on with this thing.
I don't know if I should be laughing or crying at that. Anyways, let's move on.
Yes.
This month has been very interesting with games. I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's been a serious lack of actual demos out.
Yes,
And-
it's been very quiet.
But because of the lack of demos, there is also... Where the hell is Logan?
I'm here.
Okay. I'm worried now that whenever somebody steps off, getting slapped by Sly, I'm like, Logan's coming from New York to slap me. This is gonna happen. So,
It is
I don't know
doable.
if the podcast lasts that long.
8 hours later.
8 hours later, second podcast.
It'd be perfect if, like,
Perfect
it-
opener.
in one podcast, like right at the end, he just walks off the podcast, and then a week later, next podcast starts. Luke, welcome all. Wow.
That would happen. So,
That'd be awesome.
now going back to as I was saying, the lack of demos does seem to be in coordination with companies moving away from demos to being betas. And we have that proof with this month because, let's see, what do we have? We had Overwatch beta, which is also still, there's going to be a second beta coming out very shortly.
Yes.
We had the Doom open and closed beta, and the Battleborn open beta.
Yes.
That's also not counting the unannounced closed beta for Mirror's Edge Catalyst, which is actually on our website right now, if you want to see that how that played. Which, a lot of fun, by the way. That game was great. And we're also getting a closed alpha of Temco Koei's, or is it Koei Temco? I keep getting them mixed up.
Temco Koei.
Okay. Temco Koei's Neo. So that is all coming out this month, or has already happened. A lot of people are moving away from calling their games demos and moving it towards betas.
I'm alright with that. Because historically, a demo has just been a segment of the game that they chose to sort of feature everything the game can do, and then it gets edited to a point where they can't do much outside of what they want them to do with it. Whereas a beta is still very much part of the game, but to me it implies that what the gamers do with it sends feedback back to the developer, and they can improve the game while it's still in development.
In
They're
theory.
essentially looking for bugs within the game so they can fix it before they launch it so it's not a steaming pile of crap.
Yeah.
It's also just much easier to release a half-developed game or like a third-developed game, and then because you slap early access, it's okay. That's obviously not finished. Well, if you release a demo and it seems to be not finished, you get an initial negative reaction. So it's just more economically viable for them to do it, I think.
The whole early access thing, I have very mixed feelings about. Because on one hand, I think it's really cool that you can get on the ground floor of games like that. But on the other hand, you're paying full price for the early access version, and often those games never actually reach fruition because
Oh, yes.
they kind of go, oh, well, we made all of our money here.
Yeah, we're broke.
Take
Oops,
the Kickstarter
sorry.
funds and run.
Yeah, that seems to be the general consensus. It's extremely divided between if you're going to put it early access, at least finish it, or don't charge us full price sort of deal.
Yeah.
It's the DayZ syndrome.
Yeah.
DayZ was notorious for that. Has there been any updates on DayZ, or has people just stopped playing it?
I think people
it just-
still play it, but there's really not been. It's not been in mainstream news for a while now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of away.
Crash.
Fluthered away. It
Yeah.
started to die, but
At least it wasn't as bad as H1Z1, or is that what it was, or the
H1's
Z1 or whatever.
H1Z1, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a very clear-cut case of a company scamming its audience.
Well, I was a part of a pretty big scam with the Stomping Land. That guy just straight up just stopped contacting anyone that was co-developing it with him, and he just took the funds, and now I just have an unfinished game in my library.
Peace.
Yep.
Rip.
Rip my wallet.
Yeah, this is where I like try to avoid open or not or early access games. It's just unless you know the company that's coming from, it tends to be just awful.
Yeah,
there's a good chance they're gonna leave.
I really recommend if you're thinking about it, research the company first, see if they have like the reputation of making something okay, and this is just sort of a new ground for them. Otherwise, wait till it comes out as a full game rather than a alpha.
Well, yeah, and always read the reviews of what other people are thinking.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm used to, like, demos, is they're so small, they're free, they just kind of hand them out to people and say, try this.
Have fun!
Like it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to get to because we've all played at least one of the betas throughout the month.
Yep.
Like either Doom, Battleborn, Overwatch. We've played it.
Yes.
I have not.
That would be a no. I played other beta games, but just not those.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
So aside from that, I've personally played Battleborn and Doom.
Yeah, I played
Vermont.
Doom.
And I want to know here because we can talk about Doom. Overwatch is still kind of up in the air if we can actually talk about it right now.
So we won't.
So we won't talk about that one unless somebody has something really profound to say about it.
I don't know.
Nope.
Nope.
Overwatch is the only beta of the three that you mentioned I didn't play.
So all three of us
Like
did
you're
not get
watching
into
something, but you're not below it, you're over it.
Oh, I see.
Oh, okay. Sure.
I
So let's talk about Doom since all three of us actually played it.
I'm excited for Quake.
That's okay. That's exactly what I was feeling from it. It is Quake with a Mars layout.
Yeah, I don't know, the multiplayer, it was good, but it wasn't enough.
Well, here's the thing. I've always said this, and I said this when Doom first got announced. People are not going to be playing it for its multiplayer.
No.
Doom is never a multiplayer game. It was one of the forerunners, but as of the actual game itself, people are going to play the single-player campaign. Now, there was rumors that id and Bethesda are going to process a single-player demo, but we haven't heard anything official from Bethesda.
They're going to be twitching it.
They're going to be twitching it on Thursday.
Yeah.
But the rumor was that there was going to be an actual playable one.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't think that's going to happen.
Because,
I think we're going to have to wait till
because
it
the
comes
game's coming out on the 13th of next month, so it's
out.
not
Soon?
that's not much time before, the game actually releases, so I'm pretty sure we're not going to get an actual demo.
Fuck,
Of
that's
the,
soon.
Get your dollar bills out.
Okay, I'm good. I can buy it.
Oh, you American people and your $140 Canadian right there. he whips out $10. Yeah.
I prefer throwing my credit card at the screen.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with Doom's beta though. I didn't know what to expect because I was never into the original games.
First off, I really hope that's what the screen grab gets.
Yeah.
It's just Logan going, making it rain.
Yeah.
Or, me trying to, fake make it rain. One or the other.
I'll need those ones for the club later.
Yeah.
Exactly.
My initial impression, though, of at
That's
least...
why I have 41s in my drawer.
My initial impression, though, of Doom's multiplayer, it felt like a mix of Unreal Tournament and Halo. And apparently a lot of people seem to have problems with that, but I was actually really alright with it. I enjoyed it.
It was really unreal.
Here's the thing where we have no problem with that. We're mainly console players.
Yeah.
I mean, well, Pino is like looking at me with like...
No, I'm a hybrid. I'm going to go with hybrid.
So, yeah, so you're either a hybrid or you're a console player if you really, really enjoyed the Doom beta. But if you didn't, you're a hardcore PC player who absolutely hate that it felt like Halo.
No, it felt more like Unreal. Like the flowiness of Unreal. It used the end cinematics of COD, like, you know, when you have the 3 people that had the highest amount at the end of a match.
Yeah, from Black Ops 3.
Yeah, and I'm like, what the hell? They're not affiliated to Activision. What the fuck? This is wrong.
I don't think of it as wrong at all. I think it's just taking like what's really an old franchise at this point, like at least 20 years almost, and just.
Old franchise, he went down. That was amazing.
Fucking Google, let me talk.
Trying to censor the truth.
Yeah.
Censor the truth.
Yeah, I cut him off. I have my links to Google. Sorry.
Yeah, sure.
Nice.
I have massive stock in their portfolio.
Basically, what I was trying to say is they're trying to modernize the game because yes, it was originally a PC-specific game.
Yes.
But we're at a point that exclusivity hurts companies now.
What?
Shut
Not all games.
not all
Yeah, I
games.
think the
but
MOBA
they
industry is
can
doing
do
just
better.
fine.
Well, yeah, obviously a MOBA doesn't work too well.
That's
on
true.
other
No,
consoles.
but like Doom was on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah,
And Genesis,
exactly. And
Everything else.
would you guys let me
and-
finish? God damn it. What I'm trying to say is that they want to appeal to the most people possible.
Oh, I know.
They can't also do that and appease the original diehard fans either. So they're trying to go for a mix. So it's got the looks of modern games, but the feel of something older like Unreal.
Good old Unreal Tournament 2004.
I can't speak for like the single player stuff because we didn't get to try that, or at least I didn't. But I liked how it played and how it looked, and I really think some people should give it a chance. Like if they never tried it at all, give it a chance just to see before you praise or hate.
Yeah, I want to see how the single player is going to feel. I'm pretty sure the single player is going to be amazing. Because they're bringing back to the good old days of Doom, not fucking flashlight, gun. Flashlight, gun. Get a fucking roll of duct tape and tape it to the freaking gun.
Which they did. They eventually fixed that.
10 years
took
after
a
the
long
fact.
time.
And it didn't make the game that great. Honestly, I actually preferred the switching. After I gotten what I want, I was like, nah, you know what? The original was better.
Yeah, that's just it. Like, and
But
Doom.
here's my thing. Doom, like as I've already mentioned, Doom's a mainly single-player game. Nobody plays it for multiplayer. What we saw at E3 was fucking amazing.
Well, yeah, it was like it just bringing it back.
Yeah, exactly. So if we get a sliver of what we saw at E3, I think we're going to be perfectly fine with the single-player campaign.
And I'm super excited for Quake at E3 this year.
Oh yeah, I'm betting on Quake making an appearance.
They did Wolfenstein, then they did Doom. They have to do Quake. If they don't do Quake, well, fuck it.
Was there any other id, like anything else id made besides from Quake, Doom, and
John Romero's gigantic ego.
Well, yeah, and then he went to his own fucking thing and.
Apparently he's working
made
on
us
something
his
else
bitch.
now. Yeah. Apparently he's working on something else now, and I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, we're gonna have a report on that sometime very soon on the website. But I do know what you're talking about. It's just I'm kind of low on information for it.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, they did Rage. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Rage.
That thing.
I bought it. I got to nearly the end, and then I got to a point where you're in like a hub city, and you got to take an elevator to continue on your story. The elevator went down, and then I glitched down through the elevator. Then it auto-saved, and I was under the map, and I could not get my progress back. I was 8 hours in.
Yeah. Game's only 10.
I was like, yeah, nope, I'm done here. I'm not even finishing.
I was so excited for that to come out, and then it came out, and it was like I was expecting id Fallout.
Yeah,
That
no,
didn't happen. It was sad.
It was definitely a disappointing game. Like, it looked gorgeous, but it did not live up to what it could.
Oh, it was 21 gigs. They were like, "Oh, you're gonna need so much hard drive space."
Yeah, it was like 20 gigs straight into the sky.
That was pretty painful.
It was a lot of hard drive space.
21 gigs isn't that much.
It was for when it came out.
Yeah, back then, like there was nothing that was.
Most games, like even on the consoles, it was enormous. But most games at the time were only 5 to 8 gigs.
Yeah, but on the console was 21 gigs. You had to install on the 360 21 gigs, and I think it was 25 on the PS3.
Yeah,
30 on the PC.
Exactly, and I visited some family over the weekend, and I installed Borderlands, and that was only like 5 gigs.
Oh yeah, Borderlands is super tiny because of the algorithm that they use to randomly generate the maps, which was sweet.
Well, the maps weren't really randomly generated. It was the guns.
The guns are randomly generated, plus it helped that it was a cel-shaded game, so they didn't need that much processing.
Yeah. That's why Borderlands is awesome. Oh, and they're making a third one.
Borderlands 3.
Yeah.
Borderlands 3 has been confirmed at PAX, and that's going to be a lot of fun, obviously. Yeah. Speaking of Borderlands, let's stop talking about Borderlands itself and talk about the company's other game, Battleborn.
Yes.
I almost said Bloodborne because I keep getting those two fucking mixed up.
Well, it's Born, it's Born.
Born conspiracy, man.
Jason Bourne's out to get you.
So,
as long as you don't give him an ultimatum, you'll be fine.
Yeah, the Battleborn beta, before I knew anything, I only knew what artwork was out there and the cosplays. And at first, I didn't care for the artwork, but once I actually got into the game and saw how everything interacted with each other, I was actually pretty impressed, and it was a pretty decent game. Not the best I've played, but it was catchy enough to be something fun to play with friends.
Yeah, that's my thing. I didn't have a whole lot of friends to play during that time because every time I would be able to play, everyone else wasn't around.
Either asleep or at work, because we all got different schedules.
Exactly. So when I got to play it, I had to play with strangers, and even then I had a fucking blast. The single-player campaign was actually a lot of fun to play, even with the strangers. And the multiplayers. So here's actually the thing I want to talk about with multiplayer. Randy Pitchford and the team at Gearbox, they keep saying that the game is not a MOBA. And I can't decide if they're right or not. The game definitely does have the MOBA inspirations that's there, especially with like your little robot army that needs to go towards the sacrificial chamber and the fucking giant base monsters. Definitely has that MOBA feel. But the rest of the time, it is a straight up Borderlands shooter. It feels like Borderlands, it plays like Borderlands, it has special abilities similar to Borderlands.
I would just call it a hybrid between the two, really.
Yeah.
Count yourself lucky it's not Duke Nukem Forever. So.
I mean, it's pretty hard to fail that hard.
Yeah, but they did. Or Aliens.
Yeah, we'll go with Aliens. Aliens : Marine.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
But what Probably my favorite part about Battleborn is that they kept the humor from Borderlands, especially when you play Isaac's level and he just straight up starts cussing and like half of what he's saying is bleeped out. I just started laughing.
Oh yeah, that part was great.
You say Isaac, and the only thing I can think of is the Binding of Isaac.
Yeah, kind of same here.
Afterbirth is coming out soon on consoles.
PS4.
Can't wait for that.
We should call each other.
Why wouldn't I shoot my wallet in the head a little bit more?
Yeah, why not?
It's already been executed. Logan just walks up to it, shoots it again for no apparent reason.
Just to make sure.
It's called a double tap, okay?
Okay, before we go any further, I do have a sponsor read here, so just bear with me. So, this episode has been hosted by Hostgator, and we are firm believers that everyone needs a website, and Hostgator is one of the best out there. As one of the largest provider of shared reseller, VPS, and dedicated services with 24/7, 365 support, it's easy to see how Hostgator has won so many awards. Now, you can try them out for yourself for cheap if you just go to Hostgator.com, sign up for your first hosting package, and use the coupon code GameItAll for an extra 25% off your first hosting, your first payment on your hosting package.
Oh, hell yeah.
Ooh.
So once again, that's Hostgator.com. Use coupon code GameItAll, and an extra 25% on your first payment.
So yeah, can't go wrong with saving, some money.
Helps you get her done.
I mean, I've already double tapped my wallet, so.
It's like 25%, 2016.
Hang on, I got you guys. Ready? I'm gonna talk, so it takes 20.
Oh, yeah!
That's a lot.
I can do that because I save money on Gator.
No one get my Gator pun?
Okay.
Alright, what's next?
Well, I still want.
I thought it was funny.
Actually, no, I think. Well, let's talk about the other two betas here before we move on away from the betas. So the other two betas, actually, one of them is an alpha that's actually coming out tomorrow. It's going to be an open alpha, and that is Neo, the new game from Temco Koei.
Koei Temco.
It is Koei Temco. Yeah, it's KT.
It
What the fuck?
I don't know. It's the same thing as Namco Bandai or Bandai Namco.
It's Bandai Namco. I've had to fight with that one so many times that I actually get
god, they decide, oh yeah, we're gonna change our name backwards just to confuse.
They've done that at least 2 or 3 times too, and it screws me over.
Because yeah.
Well, Neo, for the people that remember Tokyo Game Show last year, is the latest game from the team that made Ninja Gaiden. Now, this is a weird thing. It is a Dark Souls clone. So it's Dark Souls with samurais, is what we've been told.
I can see that.
And the best thing is, because it's a Ninja Gaiden team production, dismemberment is in it.
Fuck yeah.
So the best part of Ninja Gaiden is in this game. I can't wait to try this out tomorrow. And that is going to be open to everyone with PS4. It's a PS4 exclusive. So you'll see that tomorrow when the PSN network updates.
What are the current free games?
The current free games are Dead Star, Zombie, I Am Alive, and I can't remember the other two.
I gave Zombie a try. It wasn't bad, but it to me personally, it very much felt like, oh, this game belongs on a Nintendo because it's missing controls.
It was on Nintendo.
Yeah, well, exactly. Like it felt like it could have done better, but it was very stilted in how it played because of the limitations
it was so bad.
Like,
yeah,
I didn't not fully 100% on it, and I even bought it when it came out, and I was like,
it was bad. Yeah, I bought it on the Wii U when the Wii U initially came out. It was just bad.
All right. Well,
Sad.
at least I'm not alone in that thought.
Yeah, you're not alone in that thought. I played through it on Twitch for 3 hours, and then I was like, I'm not going to do this again. It wasn't that great. What else do we had? We also had Mirror's Edge Catalyst, which EA had a whole closed beta, but EA was actually good about this because it was like this closed beta, you had to sign up for it in order to actually play it, but we will let you stream it. And so I was like, fuck yes, awesome. So I streamed it, and actually the 2 videos are on our playlist now, and they've taken what Mirror's Edge was and just made it amazing. And the game was already really good anyways. But
Yeah.
you now have an upgrade system. It's now open world. And everything just plays much better. The combat, the running, everything works.
Yeah,
So
they did a good job at taking a lot of the feedback that people wanted improved from the first one.
yeah, it just fixed it. So as somebody who's been in the closed beta to actually say if you should pay more attention to this game or not, yes, definitely pay more attention to Mirror's Edge. It looks like it's definitely going to be like one of the major hits. Now, it did get delayed. It's coming out in June now. But that's fine because, we also have Battleborn, Doom, and like 5 other games coming out in May, so we can have a little bit of a break. I'm so glad EA and DICE decided that they needed a little more polish time, because only for that reason, naturally. Because the rest of the game looked beautiful. As I said, check out the stream and watch me die a lot. But
Yeah, probably.
I'm always happy to hear when a company says, "Hey, we're going to delay this. It needs to be better," because not enough companies do that.
Yeah, whenever they do that, it's a lot better.
I don't know if you wanted to mention the PS4.5.
No, there's not enough real information about it.
Okay, well,
We're going to wait on 4.5 just because it's still not really officially announced by Sony.
Yeah, and if you want a really good explanation of the whole breakdown of what it's going to be, go to Digital Foundry on YouTube. They have a really good explanation of the video of the whole breakdown of the tech, and they also talk about what Sony's doing.
And if you're lazy and you want to check it out, just the short version, you can read the article we wrote on our website.
Yeah, that too. So, but yeah.
Okay.
They're trying to turn the console market into the phone market.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's true though.
So what's
Anyway.
gonna happen?
Let's
Let's
not talk such blasphemy.
What?
Anyway, let's I have a pretty bold statement to say. I don't think Street Fighter V is going to win our fighting game of the year.
Well, duh. One of the hands.
I also don't.
Hands down, worst fighting game releases in a long, long, long time.
I also don't think that UFC is going to get it. I think that King of Fighters XIV is going to win our fighting game of the year at the end of the year.
What's wrong with that?
Because the fan base is always split with fighting games. It's either you're a SNK King of Fighters fighting fan or you're a Capcom fighting fan.
Or Mortal Kombat.
Everyone's a Mortal Kombat fan.
Yeah, but Mortal Kombat did not come out this year. That was last year, and they won.
They won, as rightfully. But this year, I definitely think Atlas and SNK have something going on. Because just from what we're going to get based on its launch and the media that they've delivered, 50 fighters, team of threes, as the classic King of Fighter fighting styles are. An online party mode where players can team up with 3 of their friends, or 2 of their friends in this case, and pick their own fighter and then go fight in a battle. Like that. Oh, not to mention a full-on fucking story mode. Something that, fucking Street Fighter does not have still.
No, but do you know who does have it? Persona. Persona has it.
Oh, we're not getting a Persona fighting game this year.
I know, but Arc System Works has a very awesome place in my heart.
Yes, and speaking of which, they at least are going to be in the list as well. We have Guilty Gear X Third Revelator.
Can't they just pick a normal name?
No.
Couldn't golly Guilty Gear 3.
It's
SST.
Like Zerd or whatever that last one was?
No. Here. Just one second. I have the game from Arc System Works that will beat that. And I'm just trying to get to the title of it.
Is it another Neptunia game?
No, it's not.
I actually do not. I've heard of that. I don't know what it is.
Oh, he'll tell you all about it.
Yeah.
I really could. Okay, here we
There's
go.
a lot.
Okay. I'll take note.
So, this is the most random, longest fighting name title that I can find right now. I'm sure somebody in the comments will give us one to beat it.
Sly.
Melty Blood Actress Again Current Code.
What?
I read that title earlier today. I didn't think that was the name of a game. I thought it was just somebody spewing out verbal diarrhea.
That's what it feels like. So, Melty Blood Actress Again Current Code. There's no commas or anything separating this. It's just all that put together. Is another 2D fighting game from Arc System Works. It's actually a lot of fun, but
Their special feature is a dictionary randomizer.
Yeah.
I mean, are the actresses themselves made of blood?
No,
I just don't get it.
It's based off an anime, apparently.
I mean, I can only imagine what the name is in Japanese. Probably be longer.
Probably. I mean, it's Arc System Works, so it's actually, it's going to be good one way or another. It's solid.
Well, yeah. It's going to have pretty animation.
Overall user review is very positive at 433 reviews.
Not bad.
And that was released on the 19th. So actually earlier.
Last week.
Early last week or late last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and yeah, that was one of the ones that we had on the list here. That was just, I read that 5 times over. I'm like, okay, sure.
I just can only think of the Windows error message, that little sound effect every time I hear that.
Your brain's crashing.
Yeah, very much. File cannot be loaded.
What else do we have? But yeah, so we have Arc System Works definitely going to be on the list. UFC is going to be on the list because it is a good fighter, to be honest.
But it's very glitchy. It has its problems, a lot of problems. It's not KOF.
And it's not going to be King of Fighters. Because King of Fighters, from what we're getting for our money, it is going to be amazing. Just from that. It's classic 2D fighters with 3D sprites that taking what the series has learned, what the series has done, putting it back into PS4.
Well, the whole thing with Street Fighter, it didn't even have Guile to begin with. Like, fuck.
We had to get Guile as a downloadable content. That was
and then you had to use in-game currency to fucking buy him, same as his fucking airfield.
On top of that, I don't like his outfit. He looks like Guile the receptionist.
He really, really does.
What? They'll make you pay more for his theme too, probably.
That would just be horrible.
Well, to get his alternative costumes, you need the season pass.
Oh, more money. Look at that.
Yeah.
Gotta love Capcom.
Oh yeah.
So, and once again with King of Fighters, we have 50 characters out of the disc, like out of
Not
the box.
14. How many was in it? How many was in SF?
12 to
I thought
14.
it was 12 or something.
Yeah, I think it was 12.
Like some really astronomically small number for a fighting game.
And
Especially compared to 4.
yeah, exactly. And yeah, small number of characters. King of Fighters, you're getting 50 right off the bat. And it's characters that, if you're familiar with the SNK world and King of Fighters, you know these characters. They're all there. Plus, you have some new characters that look fucking awesome to play as. That was a big downfall with Street Fighter V, is that the new characters weren't really that great.
Yeah. We need a new SNK versus Capcom game.
Oh, yes.
They need to make one of those. Those are awesome.
I will be 100% for it if SNK makes it.
Well, yeah.
Because with how Street Fighter V was,
Yeah, you don't want it in Capcom's hands.
Well, you'll get.
I don't want Capcom to do
Whoa,
it.
whoa, whoa! You're not going to be satisfied with 6 characters from the beginning, and then we'll get some more DLC with the season pass. You'll get, 10 characters at the end of it.
No.
Nah.
Yeah, the end title, the very last title they released is going to have so many adjectives.
I've been finding it, like, especially in the last few years, with how Capcom has been treating their franchises, it's getting a little hard to have some respect for them. Like, they're kind of going the Konami path of things, especially if you consider how they treated Mega Man.
Not to mention Devil May Cry.
Yeah, and there's a lot of games people love. And they just
I'm going to take it just by that. You were not a fan of DMC.
No. No. We don't speak of that.
Oh, come on. That was great.
I liked the music. So the gameplay was not that bad. I liked it. It felt a little oversimplified. I didn't have the depth of the original games I liked. But I feel like they're... Just the characters. Just no. Oh, I just did not like the direction they took with the characters. I mean, not only Dante, but even Virgil. Virgil got it worse, in my opinion.
Okay, I'll definitely agree with you on that one. Virgil definitely had that one.
Does this take away all things that made the character cool?
I actually kind of preferred the world that they set, though. Just
It was a cool concept, yeah.
Stop hitting the mic!
Pino, you're petting the mic. You're doing this little. Yeah, stop petting the mic.
Stop petting and just go for the deep throat, damn it.
It was more fleshed out.
Get a
Like the
cat or
original
something.
world. The original world was kind of your standard fare gothic setting. So it was definitely admirable the route they took. But
Yeah, it was good for what it was, what they wanted to do with it in this case. But aside from that, as if you were a hardcore, as I call it, the anime Devil May Cry version. I call it that one just because it is pretty much an anime if you really look at it.
It really is. Yeah.
So, yeah, if you're a hardcore fan of that one, you're definitely not going to like the other one. And if you were kind of in between, you're going to like both of them.
Yeah.
Pretty
I
much.
don't regret buying it because it was,
It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. Definitely.
But in comparison, you'd go back to the other one.
Yeah, because that has a lot more replay value in my opinion, just because it's faster and characters have a lot more charm. Especially Dante.
Yeah, Dante definitely took the hit on that one.
God, yeah.
Oh, no, but you can go listen to some Black Veiled Brides and write some poems any minute now.
Awesome soundtrack, though. Definitely will say that. Good soundtrack.
So, here, before we move on, going to talk about our second sponsor here. Our other sponsor for the night is Green Man Gaming. And hey, we get it. Gaming is expensive. We all know this, and that's why we use Green Man Gaming. Green Man Gaming works with publishers and developers to bring the best price to you and guarantee that the game will work when you activate it, much like those other ones that steal the keys. Yeah. So, we have a link below to bring it to Green Man Gaming. Just click on that, use the coupon code next to the link, and you'll get an extra 20% off your purchase.
Yeah, it's a lot of the games are there like very cheap, and using that code, I was able to get a lot of really good games on a decent price.
And speaking of good games to get, a couple suggestions that we have. Doom is available for pre-purchase on that page. So is the upcoming Total War Warhammer. The Banner Saga is up for sale, and also right now Dark Souls 3 is up for sale.
And the PC port of Final Fantasy IX just came out.
That too.
A fan favorite.
So definitely go through, take a look, use that coupon code. Trust us, they're awesome, and plus all their keys go directly to Steam, so you can't go wrong.
I hope they go to Steam, not Origin.
Rogue. I hate Origin.
We'll talk about Origin some other time on that.
Cheap games for cheap gamers. Aw, yeah.
Okay, so what else do we have for the conversation tonight? I think it was just a closeout of the new games that are coming out this week.
Yes.
So let's actually recap what came out last week as well, since we didn't have the podcast last week due to some troubleshooting issues or technical errors.
Okay.
So on April 18th, which was last week on Monday, the Battlezone 89 Redux came out, and so did Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair for Windows.
Ah, I like that. I've been playing that recently. I quite enjoy it.
On April 19th, Axum Verge came out for PS Vita. Invisible Ink came out for PS4. Koi, also PS4. Loud on Planet X, a review is actually coming in on that one. That came out for Windows and PS4. Also on the 21st, it came out for iOS and Droid. So that, by the way, is an awesome game that is kind of a mix of Patapon, Plants vs. Zombies, and a list full of Canadian bands. At least 12 Canadian bands, 2 songs each. Pretty awesome. You have
none of them are Bieber or Nickelback.
Yeah, none of them are Bieber and Nickelback, so we're good on there. We have you have Lights, you have Fucked Up, you have fuck, I forgot the other ones. Lights, Tegan Sarah, Fucked Up, and July Talk, just to name at least 4 of them.
Yes.
And awesome game, highly recommend it. Also, we had the Banner Saga 2 came out.
Mm-hmm.
And Battlefield. Battleship. Battlefleet Gothic Armada. Battlefleet Gothic Armada, the space simulator game based on the Warhammer world, came out for Windows on the 21st. So, also we had Star Fox Zero and Star Fox Guard.
Yes.
Also came out on the 22nd.
Mm-hmm.
So, here we go. For the 26th...
You're missing what came out today.
What came out today? I don't have it listed.
Corpse Party on the PC.
Oh, son of a bitch! Corpse Party came out, yeah.
It's $16.99.
Is it any different from the original?
No, I don't think so.
Oh. Well,
Still.
I actually have never played it, so I might pick it up.
So if you have a $20 Steam card, you're good to go. That I have not used because it still has the thing on it. Oh yeah.
Send it to me.
No.
Wasn't that game originally made in RPG Maker?
Something like that.
Huh.
Sorry,
I know
I
they-
feel.
I don't know anything about it.
I was afraid you were going to come slap me.
So now, aside from Corpse Party for PC, tomorrow we have Alienation for PS4. The second episode of the new Hitman game comes out. Hyper Devotion Noir Goddess Blackheart for Windows. King's Quest Chapter 3 Once Upon a Climb for Windows, PS4, PS3, Xbox One, and Xbox 360. Rocket Birds 2 Evolution. The Sega 3D Classic Collection for 3DS. Severed, which is the new game from the team that made Guacamelee, exclusive for the Vita.
Sweet.
And The Walking Dead Michonne Episode 3 What We Deserve. Windows, PS3, PS4, Xbox 360, Xbox One, iOS, Android.
So everything.
Everything.
Do we know what next month's free games are yet?
Not yet. We're probably gonna here. This is the last Tuesday of the month.
Yeah, probably next week.
We're gonna find out Wednesday.
Okay.
Usually Wednesday we'll know what's coming out, and yeah.
Cool.
Next month is a beast, as already mentioned. Just to cover, because we usually do this at the end of the month anyways, just to see what is coming out next month. Here are just some of the big titles that are coming out. We have Battleborn, Shadow Complex Remastered, Super Hot for Xbox One, Uncharted 4, Thief's End, Doom, Homefront Revolution, Valkyria Chronicles Remastered, Overwatch, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutants in Manhattan, Total War Warhammer, and Dead Island, the Definitive Edition.
Yes.
Wow.
All coming out in May.
Yeah, I'm excited for Turtles.
Oh, definitely excited for Turtles.
It's a
is-
platinum game. It's a fucking platinum.
Oh, I love their stuff.
Yeah.
I might have to buy it then, just because you said that. I'm a huge Platinum fan.
Yeah. If Platinum's making it, then it's know it's gonna
if
be
you
it.
love the Transformers game, you're gonna love the Turtles one. Like, yeah.
Nice.
All right, and that is everything that we have tonight. Anything else anybody wants to cover? Or?
Microsoft has weird ways of counting.
Yes, they do.
It's
Yeah,
Microsoft.
they like to skip 9.
Because you said Xbox One, and my first thought went back to the original Xbox. And I'm like, wait, no, it was like Xbox, then it was Xbox 360, and now it's 1.
Yeah, but
I
then
don't
we're gonna
know.
have when they do the hardware upgrade, we'll get 2.5.
You get 3.17. 3.14.
Yeah, so we'll have 3.1. That'll make sense.
As for Windows 9, I know exactly why they skipped that one. Was
It
because
was a programming thing with Windows 98.
Yeah, it was X.
no,
Windows 98.
it was being made when Steve Ballmer was still the CEO, and they switched out before it released. And Satya Nadella decided Windows 9 was not going to cut it. It was too much like 8, and everybody hates 8. So they scrapped 9 altogether and jumped straight to 10, and that's why we got a number skip.
I thought it was due to poor programming with Windows 98, because a lot of the security updates and software went Windows 9 wildcard.
Yeah, it was for a number.
Why 98? They completely switched that when they made XP.
Well, they did, but they
Oh,
were still
possible.
coding around for 9 wildcard. So
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about. I didn't hear anything about that.
Could be a mixture of both.
Maybe. But basically, Windows 10 is different from everything else because they're not planning on a Windows 11 at least for another decade, because Windows is now a service sort of the same way you would see Steam.
Yeah.
That you
So
gotta
far.
take-
So far, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Can I
seems
click
to
on
work.
this? Make it bigger. Come on.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Trying to
Windows 10
Here.
seems to work.
I have something. This is actually a good thing to actually end on. Everyone knows about the Lemony Snicket series of unfortunate events for Netflix.
Maybe.
With,
I heard of it.
stars Neil Patrick Harris as Count Olaf.
Huh.
Yes.
I'm intrigued.
Here's our first image.
Oh.
Looks exactly like Drew Carey did.
Really?
He looks
Yeah.
exactly like Jim Carrey did. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing.
That's probably good.
Yeah, pretty good.
So yeah, Netflix
I'm
is making a series of unfortunate events, and I knew it was going to happen. It's just now we're seeing images, and it makes it real.
And then a bunch of Canada and pot ads on the side.
I know.
I was gonna say, how many times did you double check that you didn't have the porn tab open anymore?
At least 5 times. So that is actually where we're going to end off on the podcast tonight.
On
So-
porn tab? Excellent.
On the porn tab. So, fuck you guys. So, for GameItAll.com, I'm Lucas Grimm.
Hey, what up, Pino25?
Adelaris.
I'm Remnant.
I'm Gamezilla.
And thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe our videos. Check out our sponsor and visit our website. Of course, we have a whole bunch of awesome news, and we also have our Twitch casts and broadcasts and all other stuff.
Pretty much.
All right. So you guys have a great night.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Wow.
Go!